or just keep in contact with your existing customers. It's always good to keep that mind share with your customers, especially in the managed service market, which typically requires less sneaker time, less on-site time with your customers, less face time. So the mailer is a good way to keep that contact and make sure that you're valued as an asset to the company. Gateways, various payment gateways. You come in here to plug in your gateway credentials, and then you're off and running and start collecting money. And then the admin settings, which is where we're going to start today. So admin settings, we have settings and then update application. We do update this application regularly. So if you various features or bugs or security updates, broken links, whatever it is, you can contact us about it and go ahead and submit a ticket, and we'll issue updates. You come in here and you say check for updates, and it's going to let you know if there's no update available or if there was one and it installed it, and it gives you a little summary of what's going on. So the updater does not push updates, so I recommend just checking it on a weekly basis. Or if you're having an issue, first thing you would want to do is come and check for updates, because that's what we're going to do if we need to come troubleshoot something. Then the admin settings tab. Admin settings, this is more global settings for your web package. So this first option is to allow cancel. That means, if you read through this, when your users log into the web portal and they hit cancel account, does it actually allow them to cancel the account, or does it simply send you a cancellation request and you can go talk to them? Say 95% of our customers leave this unchecked, but we do have this option available. So for those of you who are in the ISP world and you have too many customers where you wouldn't want to manage that type of burden, then you can certainly allow cancellation from the customer side. SOS admin email and base domain. Well, base URL, that's important to keep accurate. We set it for you. You don't need to change this, but it's basically just wherever we installed the application on the hosting server. This has a lot of effect, for instance, of the download URLs that you find in the emails and in the ServerSave client are based on this being accurate. So it actually goes to /client/download, if you notice in your creation emails. And that's always going to download from this thing down here. So I'll get to. This admin email, this is the email that you will receive emails from when people submit a contact us form or a support ticket. This is also the email address that will send an email from the system with the mailer excluded from that, where there's a different mail setup settings section for that. If you have a nice ticketing system that you are already using and deployed out to your staff, and you have an email address that creates a case or a ticket, then you can plug that email in here. So every time someone submits a contact us or support, then it'll send it to the email address that will create a case in your other system. So you can really do whatever you like with that. Use SSL. It's just a force SSL on the whole site. So this is going to be enabled. It's good if you come in and this is not enabled. It may be because for some reason we gave you the package earlier, whether you need to set up a customer early or whatever the case may be. But if the use SSL is not checked, simply go up and check to see if HTTPS is entered, and if you enter it and it comes up fine, then you can go ahead and check that. But if there's no SSL installed in the site and you check that box, you're going to lock yourself out of the web package, and it's going to be a 24-hour, a one business day turnaround for us to unblock that for you. So you want to make sure that you don't check that unless you can verify that the SSL has been installed. For the most part, we don't deliver until the SSL is installed. So there are exceptions, and see a few of them in here today. Email signature, very self-explanatory. Copyright and footer, same thing. Global metadata for the site. So again, for those of you who are working a little SEO action, you can update that here. The client download URL and the scanner download URL here, again, these point to some default locations. So we're going to upload your software client for you before your first delivery. But if the software client changes, or maybe you don't want to use that client, because we're going to upload the file and folder system. If you want to have ServerSave as the default download, then you can just take the ServerSave download link from here, or you just download ServerSave from here to your desktop and then upload it. That way, when accounts are created and there's a confirmation email that goes out to your customer, that they download ServerSave instead of this. And ServerSave has links to all of them, and you'll see what we mean when we get to that. Tim has a good question. What does scanner download mean? So there is a vulnerability scanner that some of you have. It's kind of a legacy program. The scanner is actually built into the backup program. But a scanner is just a small tool that scans the system for common file types. For the most part, it's very much a consumer tool. And it is built into the wizard backup set selection section of the backup account, or of the backup program, sorry. Okay, so that's the settings section. One thing on the emails that go out, there are 2 emails that are sent out from our system every time an account is created, upgraded, or canceled. One email goes to the email address that you registered with the backup account. The other email address goes to the email address that we asked for you during the delivery cycle. So, reports@yourdomain.com, whatever the case may be. The email that you get is going to have a lot of information that really doesn't matter. It's more of a notification than anything. The pricing, the term, all of that is internal information, and we'll be shortening that up and eradicating most of it over the next couple months. But just be aware that that information is not being sent to your customer, and it's purely a notification for you that this account has been upgraded or created, which this portal already does for you. So just another way of going about it. All right, so admin settings. Next thing is view gateways. So we go to view gateways. We have 3 options, again, Authorize.net, PayPal Pro, and PayPal Standard. PayPal Standard is not recommended if it can be avoided. For those of you outside of the U.S., sometimes this is your only option because PayPal changed the way that their international PayPal business accounts worked. They actually used to work exactly like PayPal Pro U.S. So those of you who are interested in getting another system, I recommend please take a look at the gateways eway.com and also Vindicia. We're currently looking at integrating one of those, which both boast better international support. So Peter and who else? Maybe Dave. Those of you who are overseas, please let us know if one of those is preferred for you, and we can work on that. And we're always open to, eway.com.au. Thank you, Peter. Yes. Eway and Vindicia. Vindicia seems like it has more support globally, where Eway seems a little specific to Australia. So we're leaning a little more heavily on Vindicia. Let me type that in here for you. And those of you who are interested in exploring different gateways, if you're stuck with PayPal Standard right now or PayPal Business International, let us know. We want to work with you guys to see what we can get everyone on as one time, or we can just do it as a one-off, engineering item. Okay, so you come in here if you wanted to set up one of these things, and again, this is our magnifying glass is view, and then the pencil is edit. Another question here: do you plan to work with Intuit QuickBooks? No, there's just that's a big integration project, and we simply aren't looking into that. We're in line in the next few quarters. This year, we plan on getting a lot of integration into systems like ConnectWise and that sort of thing, but not Intuit QuickBooks. Specific banks, it's not really the bank that we're talking about, it's the gateway. If Commonwealth Bank has their own gateway, then that's different. But it's really, we're looking for a gateway that can work with multiple banks. So Authorize.net works with a ton of different merchant systems. So Wells Fargo, Wachovia, just to name two. Anthony asks, any future plans to support Chase Bank merchant services? Yeah, I'm not sure if Chase is supported by Authorize.net or not. I feel like they are, but you can check. But right now, we're looking for more of an international gateway to add to the list. Because our U.S. customers are covered pretty well. When it comes to the UK and Australia, you're pretty much stuck with PayPal Pro and PayPal Standard, and PayPal Pro International has been recently moved to the same thing as PayPal Standard. The limitations of PayPal Standard are that your customers have to first go to the PayPal website, so the submit button actually takes them to the PayPal website. They have to sign into a PayPal account or create one, and then they can submit payment to you. Also, there's no prorating for accounts, so it makes upgrading difficult. Also, the upgrade is limited to 20% upgrades. So what actually ends up happening is the billing profile in PayPal Standard actually gets canceled and then recreated as something as the new amount. So PayPal Standard is quite limited. And we only have it on here as a last resort. Authorize.net is that I personally recommend to go with. They have a startup fee, but their average or their monthly service fee and their transaction fee is lower in the long term. Also, we recommend, when you sign up for Authorize.net, make sure you sign up for the automatic recurring billing, because this is a recurring revenue model. So you want to make sure that there's recurring billing enabled. So ARB is another module that adds on. I believe it's an additional $9 a month. But go to Authorize.net and you'll be able to locate a dealer near you and get all the information you need there. You also aren't required to use the customer-facing sign-up pages. It is simply one feature of many in this web package. So we go through gateways. Once you get your gateway section set up, you want to get your pricing in order. So you come up here and you go to View Plans. And this has more plans than you will see on typical because it's a demo account. You can arrange by any of these items. And basically it's going to come with predetermined plans. So there's plan sizes, 2 trial accounts. There's going to be 2 of each size account. So 2 200 megabyte trial accounts for 5 days, and they're free. They're the only trial accounts you have an option to. You have then 1 through 5 gigs and 1 gig increments.